Hey folks, welcome back to another Poem Masters video, and today we're talking about something pretty interesting. So if you guys, first of all, haven't seen the haven't done the legendary event story yet, the hop one, go do that first. I don't want to spoil you guys. Even though I guess you guys already see a screenshot over here, and I know it's my own video. It's just easier to discuss with the video instead of being a game, because I could fast forward and just pick my time. Also, I don't want to hear myself. I don't like hearing myself, my own voice, which I know a lot of people don't, which is fine. But yeah. So if you guys haven't seen the new story event, right? Also, terrible freeze frame for me right here. Wow, I did myself pretty dirty here. But anyways, the new story event. It was obviously about Leon and Hop and how they got Dynamax into the, how Dynamax happens in the game, right? Because Sync Stones have that sort of energy that Eternus feeds on as well, and then boom, we have Eternus, boom, we have Dynamax, right? Basically, in a nutshell. Obviously, it's more nuanced than that, but that's the gist of it. So at the end of the story, I'm pretty sure everyone noticed, and I think everyone knows what I'm talking about, right? Is at the end of the story here. Oh wait, there's an ad in 4 seconds. Okay, no free advertisement on my channel. Let me get through that first. All right, there we go. If you want advertisement, you got to pay for my summons. Okay. Anyways, so at this point, as you guys can see, this guy over here, our friend Red, or Singsu Red, because we have to be specific. It is Singsu Red, right? Appears in the story. And this is interesting because, hey, there we got Hop. This part's interesting because, also I look weird. Remember, this story is the run up to the 2nd anniversary. It's, it's not just some random just monthly legendary event or whatever, right? Which, by the way, legendary events aren't exactly monthly, or at least new ones. But it's specifically the run up one. It's the run-up one. It's the one where they introduce Dynamax. Plus, Red literally does nothing else in the story. He just walks over here, shows up. Not sure how he got passed through the security guards and stuff onto the stage. He should probably be fired. That's probably Sora's responsibility. But that aside, there's Red. What does that mean? Well, obviously, the first thing people would think about would be, would that mean he has some ties to the 2nd anniversary unit? Or is he the 2nd anniversary unit himself? Which is completely reasonable to think. Also, like my video, folks. That's helps algorithm. But that being said, right? Does it confirm anything? No, obviously, but it is a pretty big hint, I'd say, right? Because he does nothing else. He does nothing else over here. He just comes here, walks in at the very, very last scene. Well, not the very last scene, but like around that, range, and then he's just there, right? Doesn't say anything. Doesn't do anything. Not sure if he even watched the battle. Not sure if he even knew much about what's going on in the whole story, or he's just there. Walks in. It's like one of those Marvel movies at the end. They do those weird whatevers, right? Post-credit scenes. It's kind of like that. Except it's not exactly post-credit, but whatever. Anyways, now that we've established that Red is very, 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 very likely to be the 2nd anniversary main unit or have some ties to it, right? And most likely, it's not going to be Singsu Red again. It's probably going to be a different variation, right? So let's talk about it. It could very, very, very likely be a variation of Red, because obviously Red's had a lot of different variations, right? Because you got, there's a Let's Go version. There's Red Blue, Fire Red Leaf Green, Gold Silver Crystal, Heart Gold Soul Silver, Black 2 White 2, Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon version, right? So a lot of different versions of Red. I think where the tie-in could potentially be is so there's a few ways that we could go about this, because the Red over here, right? This most likely is the Heart Gold Soul Silver one, right? If I'm just looking by general age and looks, right? And plus the discussions that people have had surrounding him, because people have talked about, fighting him at Mount Silver, in terms of, if you look at dialogues from like Lyra, because Lyra fought, Red on Mount Silver, right? And stuff. So I'd say most likely scenario that this one's the Heart Gold Soul Silver version. Could there be a regular Heart Gold Soul Silver version of Red for the anniversary unit? It could be. Could it be, again, a Alolan? It could be that as well. Or it could be the original version. So the easiest one for them would be, just to take off the Sing Suit, just be regular Heart Gold Soul Silver Red, right? That would, again, be the easiest route. But where I do think where it could be interesting is in terms of the tie-ins to the second story arc, right? Because, like, even though this is an event, this is basically tied into the main story. This is basically part of the main story. Because, first of all, we got a Sing Suit out of it. Because Sing Suits are only, part of the main storyline. Again, people always talk about, we don't get enough Sing Suits. Where are the Sing Suits? Well, that's because we don't get the story. Because, again, Sing Suits, they come with story, right? Sing Suit Lisa, Brock, Grimsley, Cynthia, they're all from the story. And, again, even though this is an event, this is basically the main story, because it's 100% canon within the main story, because, again, it introduces Dynamax to us. And plus, again, Red being here is also pretty, could potentially be a hint of that, right? Could tie into future stories. And from what we know, in terms of what the second arc contains, it has something to do with, first of all, the second PML, which is probably a ruse. But the more important part is Giovanni. All right, what is Giovanni trying to do? And all that stuff, right? And obviously the Giovanni that we have in game is Rainbow Rocket Giovanni, and but the big thing about Rainbow Rocket Giovanni is the guy was recruiting all these other leaders from different timelines and stuff, right? Bringing them together to do Rainbow Rocket stuff, right? So could that mean he brought either Alolan Red or the original Red from other timelines? That could be a possibility, right? Also, if you guys remember from the video that we did yesterday going over some of the unused trainers in the game, right? There have been a lot of different versions of Red that were supposedly in the game. So it could be some of these, right? So, yeah, we don't know which one of these are, but they're definitely not Sing Suit Red. I don't think this is the same as the one that we have in game, right? This one. Even though this most likely is just like a sample model or whatever, right? But yeah, that again, very, very, very likely could be part of the puzzle, right? In terms of what he is. Yeah, so either gold, silver, crystal red, or red, green, blue, red. They don't have a picture of red, green, blue, red here, do they? Just so we could sort of... That's Gen 1 red. That's Fire Red, Leaf Green, red, right? So... Yeah, because as you can see, Gen 1 red looks very, 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 very different. First of all, he looks a bit small. A bit more, I guess serious looking, in a sense. But also, Fire Red, Leaf Green, obviously very, I wouldn't say very, but kind of different from Heart Gold Soul Silver as well. So, although not that much, honestly. But yeah, it could be any one of these variations of red. In terms of what Pokemon he had, he could have. We talked about that earlier, but something like a Pikachu, Snorlax, that could be a possibility, right? But you know what would be really, really nice? If it is a tie-in into the second story arc, they could make the second anniversary. Oh, this would be so cool. Make the second anniversary theme drop like 2 banners, like a dual, two banners, and it's gonna be like Red versus Giovanni. That would be so cool for like a second. Oh, that would be so great for a second anniversary theme. Red versus Giovanni, because again, Giovanni's gonna be a big part of the second story arc, right? Red versus Giovanni and oh, that would be awesome. So they dropped 2 banners, one being Red, one being Giovanni, and a lot of people have been wondering, oh, is it going to be Master Fair though? That's the silliest question in the world. Obviously, they're going to be Master Fair. How is the anniversary unit not going to be Master Fair? And like some random unit in the middle of like June, you know, we get like 2 Master Fairs and like Groudon Kyogre, right? So yeah, I do think these are definitely possibilities. We could talk about them, right? We'll see what happens. But yeah, very, very likely it's gonna be our guy again. Obviously, I mean, everyone loves Red, first of all, so it's a very, very safe choice for an anniversary unit. Probably, you know, well, not probably, we'll sell a lot as well. But a Red versus Giovanni would be fantastic. But yeah, we'll see which version we get. There's a lot of possibilities, because again, there's a lot of different Reds throughout the years. So, anyways, that's me with this one. I guess hope y'all enjoyed it, guys. Think in the comments down below. Oh, we're gonna get like Super Smash Bros. Red. But yeah, all that stuff as I, you know, completely screwed up my outro. But yeah, have fun, folks. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.